Oh my God, it's happened again. Spurs have just scored in the last minute and they are through to the Champions League final. They've beaten Ajax 3-2. They were 2-0 down. You know all of this, but it's the only words that can come out of my mouth right now after watching that game. I was on Twitter. Everyone was saying it, laughing at Spurs, saying they were finished. And I was watching and I was thinking, look, can we really say that? I nearly tweeted 3 goals in one half in a Champions League semi-final to get through. It's unheard of. It's not unheard of, is it? Liverpool did it last night, and Spurs, without their main man Harry Kane, it's a similar story to last night, but from new depths they've come through that, and Pochettino has made some huge changes in that game. They've got a little bit of luck along the way. Ziyech, I thought, for Ajax was absolutely superb. What a competition, and what a final we're going to have now. I can't believe, I can only imagine what, any of you guys who know who Flav is, if you don't, then I'm surprised, but one of my best mates, Flav, is out there right now, and they have done it, and he will be bawling his eyes out right now. Let's look at the goals. Lucas Moura with a hat-trick, and he was incredible. I think it was a bit disjointed at times. He wasn't able to get the ball in the first half. I thought they were really poor. Ajax were actually, more importantly, Ajax were brilliant. They got the early goal, and then again, it was very similar to the first leg. For the first 20-30 minutes, they were just too technically good for Spurs, and they couldn't handle it. Ziyech was brilliant. I thought Van der Beek was superb as well. And then Pochettino, you've got to give it to Pochettino, because the changes he made changed the game. They made it a physical game. They took on an English style and put Llorente on, who was brilliant. Such a good target man. The ball stuck. He was able to bring other players into play. And the difference really between the last game and this game is probably having Son on the pitch, because when that happens, you've just got an extra guy, and especially an extra guy to go beyond Llorente, and it allows people to get around him, and it allowed Spurs to start to cause some trouble. I'm trying to talk to you guys. I really can't get my head around what's happened there. De Ligt scored a goal after 5 minutes. Cracking header. Trippier had an absolute stinker of a game. I think he was struggling with his groin injury, but more important than that, he's really struggling with his confidence at the moment. But he won't care. He'll be probably bawling his eyes out, just like Pochettino was at the final whistle. And Harry Kane has an opportunity to play in the Champions League again. This time, possibly in the final. Lucas Moura's goals. The second one, the feet there. I mean, Onana has made an unbelievable save just before that from Llorente. And then Moura, great presence of mind, great feet to able to find that bottom corner. But then they were pushing and pushing. That's 55 and 59 minutes for those goals. Ajax then were the better side for about 10-15 minutes, and they looked like they were going to hang on. They threw absolutely everything at it, and they got a chance, and it fell to Moura, and he's done it. I'm so happy for Flav. I'm so happy for Flav. Let's look at the stats. 40% possession to Ajax, 60% to Spurs. I thought Sissoko as well, the second half was brilliant. First half, I thought Wanyama really struggled, wasn't really doing too much. But in the second half, again, they made it a physical game with drive and pace. Dele Alli got a little bit better in that second half. But importantly, probably my man of the match, somehow, although Lucas Moura scored 3 goals, is Llorente, because he's changed the game. And you know, if you can give man of the match to Pochettino, that's his call to make. He doesn't need to make that decision, but he does. And it changed the game. Let me know in the comments below, who is your man of the match. 16 shots for Ajax, 24 shots from Spurs. That shows an element of desperation, I guess, because if you look at the shots on target, 7 to Spurs, only 4 to Ajax, but only 7 out of 24 shots. So that tells a bit of a story. But who cares? It will be an all-English Champions League final. It could be an all-English Europa League final. And I think one thing we've got to say is that the sort of hyperbole over Ajax and Barcelona at times, I think we've all got a little bit caught up in it. I think certainly the English press has. And in both games, but let's talk about this one. Spurs have done something really, really incredible with a team that is very, very low on confidence at this moment in time. They've dragged themselves through it. I think it's 2 wins in 9, something like that. They're not in good form, and you saw that lack of confidence in the first half. But they've dug deep, and look, we've said it before. I think everyone's spoken about it. Pochettino and Klopp are both very special managers who create teams in their own image. And if you're talking about Klopp and that energy yesterday, on this occasion, with the amount of games they've played and the injuries that they've had, what you saw in this Spurs side is a reserve and a steal that has got them to the Champions League final. I can't wait to hear what Flav's got to say about it. That's all I've got for you. I'm just in shock, but it had to be done, especially after last night. Incredible result. If you're a Spurs fan, let me know who your man of the match was. If you're watching the game and you're neutral like I am, then let me know in the comments below who your man of the match was. And it's going to be a cracking Champions League final. And give a message for Flav in the comments below. I'll send him the video and he can check it out. I'll see you soon. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Check out my reaction from the Liverpool game yesterday as well. And I'll see you very soon.